Yes, my name is Erica MacArthur, and my husband and I have a farm called Inova Farm in Newberry, Florida. Farm and Family is basically based on our family farm that we started, a couple of years ago, and just going through the Farm2Food program, got his own identity just going through the program. And I was able to take, a traditional Italian family recipe, and then we were able to come up with the Farm to Family name. And we both work pretty side by side, hand in hand. He does a lot of the, innovative kind of researching of different things we can try on our farm. We both look for different types of funding opportunities. I do some of the marketing, working with marketing right now for different labeling and website options for the business. He does a lot of the innovative research part of it. We both are working in the garden, though, side by side all the time. Honestly, I think I saw something about the Farm2Food program on social media, I think it was Facebook, and I was learning about it through their website, and I thought it would be an interesting kind of take on women in farming and then creating a food product. Initially, I didn't really have an idea for a food product, but as I thought about before I applied for the program, I kept thinking about our family recipes, and then I was able to come up with this cookie recipe that we make every year around the holidays. So that we settled on this recipe just because people really enjoy them around the holidays. People rave about the cookies. They usually eat them in one sitting when we give them to them. And I've seen them in the grocery stores around the holidays also, and I have to sample them, and they're just really not as good as the ones that we would make each year. So that's kind of how I settled on that particular recipe. Sure. I think kind of seeing the cookies in different packaging. So I recently was working with the marketing company, and I sourced a plastic packaging, and seeing it with the labeling and the branding on it, I think that was kind of like brought it to another level for me. So that made me, I think the program as a whole just opened my eyes to a whole nother, business for my husband and I. We, are engineers, and we, do things a certain way. And this is just very different for us, but just going through the whole program and everything just opened our eyes on, just food safety, marketing, just, even like web design, things like that just helped in so many aspects. So we're trying to push the product along to the next level. So the next level, I think, would be, currently I don't make these in a commercial kitchen. That would probably be the next step for us. So doing it in that manner, and then the way that these cookies are made might require some specialized machinery. So that's even more of a jump, because you need a specialized press and everything to make them on a larger scale.
Right.
But trying to maintain the way that they taste also, we don't want to lose that when you scale it up. Right. So retail is something we eventually would want to go to. I guess that would be the next step. I think, as an entrepreneur, somebody who wants to become one, it's really just perseverance and a lot of hard work. Once you have a vision of what you're trying to do, or whatever business you're trying to start, it's really just all about perseverance, and networking with as many people as you can, getting your ideas out there. That's really the best advice I can give anybody who's looking to become an entrepreneur.
Right.
Yeah. So I had we just had like a small farm. We were kind of just growing stuff for ourselves, really. And then we kind of started in the farmer's market, and then I started with the cookies in the farmer's market. Then I heard about this program, like, oh, these might be good for the program. And then prior to even that, my husband and I, we have an engineering business, and we did, we're both mechanical engineers, but we did robotics and, stuff with aerial vehicles and ground vehicles. So this was new for us, but, we're always up to a new challenge. So that was the other thing about this particular product. So I knew that I wanted to use this recipe, this family recipe. And I was like, well, how do I utilize a farm ingredient, something I grow on our farm, how do I incorporate it into a cookie? And it was like, oh, well, we could raise chickens, which we are now, and harvest the eggs from the chickens to use in the cookies. So that's one of the things we're trying to drive towards. Our chickens are just starting to lay eggs right now, so they're not the biggest eggs, but they will be eventually. So that's kind of the thought process of the farm and the family and integrating in the chicken eggs into the product.